What's good, everybody? The sun is shining. It's Wednesday, and new comic books are out. So let's get excited. Stay tuned. What's going on? Like I said, the sun's out. It's bright as all get out in here. There's tons of glare. I'm digging it. I'm loving it. Sunshine in February is a must-have, in my opinion. Welcome back. It's New Comic Book Day, Wednesday. If this is your first time here, I'm Comic Man Andy. Hit that subscribe button down below, smash one of those reactions or all of those reactions, and kick that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping some content and we're going to hang out and have fun. Kate Titus is in the chat. Good to see you, man. 1:30 in the morning. Get some sleep over there in Japan, dude. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Donnie the Mastodon was hanging out. Good to see you, man. Always appreciate you and your time as well. But I am well over budget for my Wednesday. I doubled up on my budget, and I've got a big old stack of books that I'm pretty excited about. So I will dip into those in just a second. Burke Family 54, it's morphin' time. Good to see you, man. We are trying something new today and streaming to Twitch as well. Checking that out, seeing how that works. Just kind of expanding horizons, so to speak. There are 0 DC books on this desk today. Yep, 0. That's just how I'm rolling with 2021 right now. I'll catch up on some of those reads later on, maybe at some point. Trades, dollar bins, whatever. Herminio Reyes Jr., good to see you, man. It is Wednesday. And we're starting off book number 1, Venom 33. I read it. Wasn't terrible. But man, lots of gabbing, lots of talking. More action, please. Interesting. Worth the read if you're invested in the King in Black and the Venom runs and what's going on right now. So definitely worth picking up, but a little gabbier and a little more talky than I was really hoping for. So that's the first Marvel book I picked up. Warlord, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your time. Book number 2, I was happy to finally get this added to my pull list. I hemmed and hawed for weeks well before it came out, and I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to commit to another ongoing series that's going to have lots of variants. But Star Wars High Republic number 2, LCS definitely had tons and tons of these available. I'm glad I was able to add it to my polls and get a copy. I read it. I enjoyed it. It's better than average. I'm going to stick with it for at least the first 6 to 10 issues to see where it goes. Fun read. I wouldn't call it mind-blowingly amazing. I believe there's a first team appearance in this book. Is I think what people are talking about. I don't recall seeing the entire team unless they were all in that one panel. I'm not going to spoil it. Check it out. If you're digging Star Wars, you're going to enjoy this. It's better than average. It's not mind-blowing, like I said, but it's worth a read. Downright Nerdy Podcast, good to see you. I'm really excited for a quick announcement here. Downright Nerdy Podcast is coming back this Friday. They have a premiere hitting or a live stream dropping. They are back. So it sounds like they've either completed their studio or they have a plan where they're almost done with it and they're going to get back onto streaming. Really looking forward to that content. Really looking forward to seeing Mike and Riley every week again. We missed you guys. It's been a big move for you, but I'm looking forward to all the amazing things you guys are going to be doing. So good to see you here this morning. Superior Hero Reviews, thanks for being here. Good to see you, man. And I did get the cover A. I did get lucky enough to get the Witter cover, the 1 in 25. So added that to the collection because as hot as Star Wars is, how do you pass up a chance at like a 1 in 25 or a 1 in 50 if you can at an affordable price? I know prices are going up on eBay. We'll see if the market gets flooded, if that book travels back down to ratio or maybe double ratio. It's actually quadruple ratio right now, I think, on eBay, where some of the asking prices I saw last night, like $90-ish. I don't know if that was the actual sales numbers, but that's what people are asking. So because I was able to grab those, it dawned on me I was the first person in the shop this morning, and I definitely wanted to check out the High Republic Adventures as well. I didn't finish reading the book. It lost my interest about a quarter or halfway through. Doesn't mean I didn't like it. I just need to get back on it and finish reading this at some point. It's enjoyable. better than average. I got to find out how everything fits together, though. I think I need to do a little bit of studying on my own. But because I was grabbing that and reading that, I noticed right next to that, there was one copy of that 1 in 10, that super cool Yoda cover. I love the purple. I love the greens. And I'm not going to leave that behind. I'm not going to leave that behind. So yeah, I grabbed those variants. That's what kind of pushed my budget higher than I wanted to. Symbiote Comics, thanks for being here. Yes, I did grab Venom 33. That was actually the first book I pulled out. And like I was saying, lots of talking and lots of gabbing and not enough action for me, but I get that they're trying to add little different avenue to the story or do some more explanation. I'm going to go back and read it again. It was enjoyable, but not enough action for me. So that's it for the Marvel books. The Marvel, and then right into IDW. So those Star Wars High Republic adventures are coming from IDW. That 1 in 10 I couldn't pass up. I couldn't leave it sitting on the shelf for basically ratio price. That Witter cover, 1 in 25. Man, I don't know what to think about some of these variants. That thing's going to hit $100. It's probably going to come back down and maybe settle in the double ratio, maybe that $50 range. I digress. That's a whole nother show for a whole nother topic. Sea of Sorrows. If you read Road of Bones from Rich, I'm going to butcher his last name, Dweck. Road of Bones. If you enjoyed Road of Bones, you're going to enjoy Sea of Sorrows, that dark kind of horror-esque story that Rich tells. I've really enjoyed. This is issue 3. I think it's a 6-issue part. That creepy, dark. It's set. The story's set on a ship in the early 1900s, I want to say. There's some timeline flipping a little bit, and that ship is actually diving for a shipwreck, and it's some creepy underwater horror that's pretty good. It's worth picking up if you like Road of Bones, is what I'm getting at. Slim Comics and More, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Canto 2, The Hollow Men, number 5. This wraps up the Hollow Men storyline. Fantastic read. I love Canto. I love where they're going with this, and I cannot wait for the next volume. City of Giants, or the Valley of Giants, is coming next. So I'm really looking forward to that, seeing where this goes. It's a really, really fun, enjoyable read, and because I've been on that issue since the very beginning in the first Canto, I always get the RI covers in my pulls every time too. So there's the RI for number 5. Super cool cover. Really glad I can add that to the Canto collection. Canto is one of those, it's a completionist collection for me. I'm grabbing everything that I can find, and I still have actually some CGC option stuff that I'm waiting for that to come in as well. And then close to rounding out IDW, Jenica number 2, issue 4, adding that to the Jenica reading pile. I want to get caught up on Turtles first before I read Jenica. And Carson Woodard and I, C Woodard 19 and I will get back on his channel, and we'll get caught back up with those Turtle reads. We were kind of waiting for issue 2 of The Last Ronin to drop and to do a review on his channel about that. And then it just keeps getting pushed back, and I think it's been pushed back twice now. Nerdy Couch, good morning. Good to see you, man. Hopefully you're staying warm up there in the north. And speaking of The Last Ronin, I got the 3rd print of number 1, and I completely forgot to ask for a bag and board to fit this in. And then I realized when I got home today that although there's no board in here, the silver bags that I have fit it perfectly. So I've been storing these in a magazine folio and not a regular box or a long box or a short box. So my magazine folio, I think I can just store the rest of the issue perfectly fine, just like this, because it's a really heavy-duty cardstock cover. Well, the magazine folio gives it really good protection. As long as I don't bounce the doggone thing around and keep the corners nice, I should be okay. So I think I'm just going to roll with storing them like that. No bag, or no board, just the silver size bag, because it fits snugly in there and it looks really good, actually. Just want to keep the fingerprints off. I just want to keep the dirt and the smudges and the fingerprints off. So if I decide to send to CGC, I can either save that $12 or $13 for the cleaning and pressing kind of deal. Definitely glad to add that to the collection. Like I said, The Last Ronin, I was completionist collector. I pre-ordered that before like the first or second delay originally of number 1. And when I ordered that with my LCS, I'm like, all covers, all copies. I want a shot at everything that comes out because it's only supposed to be like a 6-issue series. So I'm like 6 issues. Okay. So variants and all this other stuff. It shouldn't be too bad on the pocketbook, so to speak, getting all of them. And so far it hasn't been bad because it just keeps getting delayed. And I think number 2 is coming out in a couple of weeks, hopefully, unless there's been another delay. I haven't been able to keep up on the news and the information. So that's it for IDW. Moving on to Image, Walking Dead Deluxe. I'm going to pick it up every copy. I'm going to pick up every time it comes out and I see it at the LCS. I think it's bi-weekly because the simple fact that when Walking Dead first came out and I loved it, my only complaint about The Walking Dead is I really wanted to experience this story in color. Here's my chance. Every time it comes out, it is $3.99 plus I get my 20% off discount. So I'm $3-ish, $6 a month to experience this entire run in color every other week, issue to issue. And 6 and 7 were dropping atom bombs, and I think 8 kind of cleans things up a little bit if I remember the story correctly. I didn't read this one yet this morning. This one will be my next read before I take off for the day. So we're really digging this, really enjoying this. I know a lot of people are instantly like, it's just a cash grab. Sure. Why not take a product that they did really well with and find another way to re-release it and get it to the fans that really want to enjoy it like me? I really enjoy this in color. I think it adds a fantastic punch to the storyline. I know that's originally not what they wanted to do. They wanted it to be black and white and deliver that story, and they did, and I think they did it really well, but I'm really digging being able to see it in color. And then next up for Image, I grabbed Deep Beyond. I did not add this to my pull list to begin with because I wasn't quite sure about it, but I loved the covers that came out, and I'm like, okay, guys, I'll grab cover A and I'll give this read a shot. It lost me a third of the way through. I didn't finish the book. I'm going to go back and reread it. Deep Beyond, borrow it from a friend. Read it free digitally if you have that option available on Comixology if they offer it for free. But I'm glad I didn't buy all the covers in the series. This one just really kind of lost me about a third of the way through. I'll try to reread it again, but I definitely don't see this hitting my pull list regularly at all. The premise of the story sounded right up my alley. Sci-fi, kind of a post-apocalyptic or situation. And I'm like, I could really enjoy this. I think I could really enjoy it, but it lost me, which is kind of hard to do for me with a comic book. It's hard for me to just not finish reading a comic book. It only happens a couple of times. The Star Wars stuff isn't because I didn't like the book. It was because I feel like I need to fill in more voids of information of Star Wars to understand more about what's going on. This just simply lost me just because I don't think it was really my wheelhouse. I don't really know how to put it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not for me. It might be for a lot of other people. I hate talking about books that I didn't enjoy sometimes because I don't know really how to explain it or really what to do or what to say because the art was good. The writing didn't seem too bad. It just didn't hold my interest, basically. Last book up, Image. Image First Die. Completionist Collector for Die. I don't know if they're on hiatus right now, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know the last time I grabbed a Die book or anything like that. But why not add the Image First? I collect all the Image First books for Saga, and as a completionist collector, this is 20% off, and it's $1 book. So, yeah, 80 cents. Why not just grab that and add that to the collection? Those are my pickups for the week. I probably spent double what I've been planning on doing and kind of broke my rule about trimming back my pull list, but Star Wars stuff is so smoking hot right now. To not grab at least cover A's and the variants that you can grab from your LCS on New Comic Book Day, for me, just seems like a really not smart idea. I enjoy Star Wars. I'm not a massive Star Wars fan like a lot of other people out there. I will be in time eventually as I learn more and grow and read more Star Wars. But the fact of the matter is, I just can't leave those sitting on the shelf as hot as Star Wars is right now. A book could be any Star Wars number 1 or number 2 that comes out that has any sort of first appearances or minor appearances or anything like that. The book could be just a okay read, and it's still going to hold its value, in my opinion. If not, go up a little bit. You know, the 1 in 25, we talk about ratio books being priced for ratio. 1 in 25, I expect to pay $25. 1 in 10, I expect to pay $10 to $15. The 1 in 25, go up to 30 maybe or something like that. Star Wars is so hot right now that the 1 in 25 Witter variant people are pricing for $80 to $100 on eBay. I'm expecting the market to get flooded and for that book to come back down and probably land in that $50 to $60 range over time unless it continues to pick up speed. So I at least got my value out of that book for what I paid for it, and I don't see it dropping below what I paid for it. So that's kind of my barometer with variants. I don't like picking up a lot of variants because then if I start picking up too many variants and I forget to follow my own rules and I find myself spending $50 to $70 to $80 to $100 on a variant, then next thing I know, the market gets flooded that new comic book day or that Thursday or Friday, and then the prices are driven down, and then all of a sudden I have no equity in that book, so to speak, and I've lost $30 or $40. So picking up variants on new comic book day is something that I don't like to do, but Star Wars stuff you can't pass up on. If you don't buy it, somebody else is going to walk in right behind you and buy it, and you're going to miss out. And then next thing you know, it's a flip of the coin, whether it's going to go up, retain, or go down, and then you're just kind of left floating in the wind. I digress. Let me hit up this chat really quick. Hey, Mom, good morning. Good to see you. I will call you again soon. These people will hold me accountable. Trust me. Funky Sloth Comics, thanks for being here, man. Better late than never, absolutely. I'll hit the quick rewind here in just a minute. Come on, Mama, good to see you. Good morning. Superior Hero Reviews, good to see you again. Slim Comics and more, thanks for being here. He's going to his LCS right now. And Herminio, you're not wrong. Every comic is a cash grab to some degree. But then there's other times where things are just kind of crazier than normally you think. Yeah, Walking Dead Deluxe, I'm loving it as well. I think that's something I'm really going to enjoy. I'm going to look for an omnibus or something, hopefully in the end in full color too. That would be pretty cool. Downright Nerdy Podcast saying hi to Kate Titus. Walking Dead is phenomenal in color. Yep, I agree with you, man. Zuni, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping in. Burke, my goodness, just realized the last Ronin one came out in October and it's now February and there's still, yes, exactly. I'm getting kind of frustrated with the delays on that. Carson and I have talked. We wanted to get together on his channel and do a review of issue 2. And I think it's been pushed back at least twice now. We're looking at the end of this month, I think now. I think the last Wednesday this month, I think is coming back. So Legion of Comics, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Once again, Symbiote Comics, thanks for being here as well. And Nerdy Couch, hopefully you're staying warm up north there, man. Let me hit the rewind on these books really quick here. Hit the rewind? Let me review them again really quick before I close out for the day. So the Image First Die number 1, Completionist Collecting for 80 cents. I'm adding that to the collection. Deep Beyond number 1, good looking covers, good looking art, did not hold my interest. Grab it from a friend, read it for free at first. If you have that availability on Comixology, if this issue is free, we'll see. I don't know. I don't think they do free issues right on New Comic Book Day, but I'm not adding it to the pull list. That's where I'm at. Last Ronin, 3rd print. Definitely got that. Super happy that it fits very snugly and very nicely in the silver bag that I have. Canto 2, the Hollowman, got the retailer incentive for number 5. Got cover A for number 5. Fantastic read. They close out the Hollowman here in a very, very good way that leaves me wanting a lot more. And I cannot wait for the next series to come out. With Valley of the Giants or City of the Giants is next. Be sure to follow Drew Zucker and Mr. Boer and check out their IG accounts and their social media accounts because you get little hints and tidbits to see where they're at in the process and when they're going to come out with the next series. Walking Dead Deluxe number 8. That'll be my next read, and I'll enjoy that one quite a bit. Jenica 2 number 4, adding that to the Jenica reading pile. And Sea of Sorrows number 3. If you like Rich, I never get his name right, Rich Dueck. If you liked Road of Bones, you're going to enjoy Sea of Sorrow. This camera's not going to do this cover justice, but it's kind of a horror based around a shipwreck. Horror title based around a shipwreck and a dive crew. Super creepy. And Star Wars High Republic Adventures number 1, the 1 in 10. Super cool Yoda cover. I would be shocked if this cover doesn't double like that 1 in 10, $10, $10 to $15. I wouldn't be surprised if this one ends up being a $25 to $35 cover in time. Just people dig Yoda covers, and the purple and the green on this are fantastic in person. I think this is going to look phenomenal in a slab. I think a lot of people will agree with that. So then the cover A along with it. I don't know what the print run's going to be, but definitely grabbed at least one copy. So then the Witter 1 in 25 number 2. Like I said, I kind of struggle with buying ratio variants on New Comic Book Day. I don't know if I'm getting the value or the deal that I hope to. This, I think people are asking 4 times ratio online for. I don't know if they're getting those prices. I don't know if they're actually closing at that. But double ratio didn't seem too bad to at least have it, because I think even if the book is just average and does okay, I think double ratio for a lot of these variants is a safe bet in my opinion. I don't see him dropping below. I don't see him dropping back down to ratio. That's what I'll say right there. I don't think that's ever going to drop to a $25 book, to be honest with you. Then the cover A, I grabbed one. And boy, oh boy, did my LCS have 2 giant stacks of this available even after they fill all their pulls. So they're expecting either a big run of people to come in and get this book and hop on at number 2 if they missed number 1, or maybe it was returnable. It could have been returnable, so that's why they've got all those variants available. And Venom 33. Lots of talking, lots of dialogue, not as much action as I liked, but still, if you're invested in the King in Black series, the King in Black storyline, and you're invested in Venom, you're going to want to read this. It was pretty decent. But like I said, pretty kind of dialogue heavy, actually. Either way, that's my Wednesday. That's New Comic Book Day. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy your Wednesdays and your reads. Yeah, no Future State, Herminio. I've got no DC books on my polls. Hey, Second Street Marvel, thanks for stopping in. CSROs is good. Yeah, I agree with him. If you like Road of Bones and you like Rich's writing style, you're going to enjoy CSROs. Hey, C3 Comics, thanks for being here. That's no worries. You can catch the replay. I've got about 3 or 4 of your episodes that are on the watch list that I got to get caught up on here soon. So thanks for stopping in. And you know what? You guys know how I do it. Enjoy your day. I'm going to go peace out. I'm going to go pinkies out. Catch you on the flip side for the next video. And remember, most important part, all day, every day, I'll preach it every time.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.